5 law students who thought they were untouchable. One night out changes everything. What starts as a small mistake quickly spirals into something none of them can take back, and the truth becomes more dangerous than the lie. Close enough to matter. We thought we were untouchable. 5 friends in our 20s, convinced the city belonged to us. We drank too much, laughed too loudly, and spilled out onto the streets at night like we were immortal. Streetlights blurred into halos above us. Music thumped from open bars. The air felt electric, as if nothing bad could ever touch us. We were all in our last year of law school, which meant everything felt temporary and permanent at the same time. 3 of us, Max, Mabel, and Chris, came from rich families. Legacies. Their futures had been waiting for them long before we ever set foot on campus. The other 2, Leo and I, came from lower middle-class families. We fought our way in, scholarships, loans, jobs, whatever it took. There was no safety net for us. We knew that. We carried it with us everywhere. Leo came from a small Texas town where everyone knew his name. He had been the golden boy there. Athletic, smart, good-looking, the kind of person people expected to succeed. College was a shock. For the first time, his confidence was not enough on its own. Money mattered here. Pedigree mattered. Still, Leo adapted. He always did. He smiled, joked, made himself indispensable. He found his place among us, though I sometimes wondered how hard he worked to keep it. I was there because I was dating Chris. We met freshman year and had been inseparable ever since. By our final year, marriage felt inevitable. Everyone treated us like a unit. Sometimes I did too, even when I should not have. Chris was sweet, shy, and awkward. But that awkwardness is part of why I loved him. Mabel and Max never had to try too hard. They did not need to. Mabel, beautiful in a cold way, had her father's firm waiting for her. Max, big, bold, and arrogant, had politics. His name opened doors. His confidence filled rooms. In many ways, Max was the upper-class version of Leo, but sharper, meaner. He liked control. He liked winning. Alcohol stripped away the thin layer of charm he used to hide it. The rest of us spent years smoothing things over between him and Leo, joking it off, changing subjects, pretending we did not feel the tension vibrating between them. 2 alpha males, each trying to outdo the other. Max felt that his privilege made him superior. Leo was driven to prove he was better in spite of his family income. He felt he had earned his place because he fought for what he had, unlike Max, who had it handed to him. If we were not studying, we were drinking. It felt earned. We told ourselves that. Most of the time it was fun, until it was not. That night, we were walking back to the house we shared after a night out. We staggered down the street singing and laughing, too loud, too confident. We cut through an alley, the concrete damp beneath our shoes. That was when I noticed Max and Leo falling behind, their laughter thinning into something sharp. They circled each other with half smiles and narrowed eyes. A girl's name surfaced. Someone laughed. Someone mocked. It should have ended there. It always had before. But Max's expression changed. I recognized it immediately. That tight stillness. The look he got when he decided he would not back down. My stomach knotted. I turned to Chris. We need to do something. Chris barely looked at them. Let them fight. I am sick of their shit. Let them get it out of their system. I scanned the alley. Mabel leaned against the wall, eyes closed, swaying. The city hummed around us, indifferent. Voices rose, hands shoved. A bottle shattered against the ground. My heart pounded. Stop! This is not worth it! My voice sounded thin, useless. Max swung first. He did not hesitate. Leo swung back, stunned more than angry. Suddenly, they were crashing into each other, fists flying, bodies slamming into parked cars. Metal groaned. Someone shouted. I think it was me, but everything was so surreal I felt as if I was looking at it through glass. Then everything happened at once. Leo stumbled backward. His heel caught the curb. The sound followed me into my dreams for months. A crack, sharp and final, as his head struck the concrete. The world went silent. Then I screamed. This time I knew it was me. I could not stop screaming. Chris grabbed me, shaking me hard. "Stop it, Francis. Calm down." His voice sounded far away. I covered my mouth. Leo was not moving. He lay twisted on the pavement, eyes half open, mouth slack as if he were trying to speak. Blood seeped out beneath his head, dark and spreading. I dropped to my knees, calling his name, shaking him, begging him to wake up. His skin felt wrong. Too cool. Too still. Max stood a few feet away, fists still clenched. He looked down at Leo with something unreadable on his face. Not horror, not grief, calculation. The panic hit me all at once, choking and sharp. "Call 911!" I shouted at Chris. Max grabbed my arm and hauled me upright. Pain shot through my shoulder. "No." "This will ruin us," he said, his voice low and urgent. "All of us. Think." Mabel stared at Leo, eyes wide, breathing too fast. Chris pulled out his phone. Max snatched it away. "It was an accident," he said. "But accidents still end lives. Do you know what happens to people like us if this gets tied back to us?" "What are you talking about?" I sobbed. "He is alive. We cannot leave him." Max knelt and pressed his fingers to Leo's neck. He stayed there longer than necessary. When he looked up, his face was calm. "He is dead." Something inside me broke. "We are calling 911, I said. "We are telling them he fell. I am not lying for you." Max shoved me against the wall. "Yes, you are. Look at him. They will see the bruises. They will tear this apart." Chris pulled him back, startled by his force. "Hey, let us slow down." "We do not have time," Max snapped. "We leave. Now." Chris hesitated. "What if we say we found him like this?" Max's eyes flicked to him. I watched the idea settle in, solidify. "He left the bar earlier," Max said. "We saw him fighting someone in the alley. The guy ran when we showed up." I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. But fear locked me in place. Max was already moving, already directing us, and none of us stopped him. We dragged Leo deeper into the alley. My hands were slick with his blood. I kept apologizing under my breath. We took his wallet. We scattered his things. When a man lingered nearby, rough-looking, watching too closely, Max noticed him immediately. I saw it in his eyes. Relief. We told the police what they wanted to hear. I hated how easily the lies came out once they started. We did not want them to actually find the man, but it turned out he was well known in that area. He lived on the streets nearby. We should have been vaguer in our description, but we were so panicked we screwed up. The investigation moved forward. The police called us all in for interviews. The detective asked me, "So you say Leo left before the rest of the group, right?" "Yes," I answered nervously. "Then why did the bar you were at say the 5 of you left together?" I froze. "We left together, but we stayed out front for a while. He walked off." "And the cameras will show that when we pull them up?" she asked. "Yes." I started sweating. It turned out the cameras were not working. She was bluffing, but it scared me. With Chris, they asked him why he had Leo's blood on him. He explained that he had tried to do CPR. The detectives looked skeptical, but had no real evidence. The tension got to us. Mabel barely spoke. Max drank more and seemed to be in denial. He told us it would be fine, that we were safe, that we were smart. Every time he said it, the guilt pressed heavier on my chest. When they arrested the man, I felt something close to relief, followed immediately by nausea. I told myself he was probably guilty of something else. I told myself that was enough. It worked. At first, the city forgot Leo's name. I did not. Every siren made me flinch. Every knock at the door sent my heart racing. I replayed that moment over and over, wondering when I should have screamed louder, pushed harder, done anything differently. When the verdict came, I felt numb, guilty. The word landed like a sentence on all of us. That night, Max came into the room Chris and I shared. He did not knock. He never did anymore. He let himself in, bringing with him the heavy smell of alcohol and expensive cologne. "You look like hell," he said, glancing at me. "You should sleep." I laughed, short and broken. "How are you sleeping?" He shrugged. "Fine." That was the moment I knew we were never going to be the same kind of people. "They are sending him away for life," I said. My voice sounded calm, even to me. "You saw his face." Max poured himself a drink. "I saw a problem disappear." My stomach turned. He did not do it. Max looked at me then, really looked at me, his eyes cold and assessing. "We did what we had to do." "No," I said. "You did what you wanted to do." He set the glass down carefully. Too carefully. "Be very careful, Francis." I stood up. My hands were shaking, but I did not sit back down. "You hit him first." His jaw tightened. Leo swung back. "You started it," I said, "and then you decided who was expendable." Max stepped closer. He was taller than me. He always used that. "Listen to me. That man was already halfway gone. People like him do not get second chances. People like us do." I stared at him. "Leo was people like us." Max laughed, sharp and humorless. "No, Leo was like you. Close enough to matter. Not close enough to protect." Something inside me went cold. "You are not confessing," he said, suddenly serious. "You are not ruining everything we have worked for. Chris will not survive it. Mabel definitely will not. And you?" He leaned in. "You think the truth will make you feel better. It won't. It will just destroy you." I thought of Leo's face, of his eyes, of the way Max had knelt beside him, already planning. "I already am destroyed," I said. Max straightened. "If you go to the police, I will make sure you regret it." I believed him. That was the last thing he said to me before he left. I sat on the floor with my back against the couch and watched the light change outside the window. Every excuse I had clung to fell apart. Fear, love, loyalty. None of it mattered anymore. Max would be fine. He always would be. Leo would not. And neither would I, if I stayed silent. Later that night, I told Chris we had to say something. He told me it was too late. I left the house and just drove. I drove until the sky began to lighten, past the curb where Leo died. I pulled over and cried until my throat burned. I knew then that Max would live with this just fine, but I would not. At dawn, I walked into the police station and told them everything. When I walked back out, the sun was rising. The truth did not make me free, but it was the first honest thing I had done since Leo died, and maybe it was the only thing left that could save what little remained of me. Thank you for listening. If you love storytelling, follow along for more tales of drama, romance, the supernatural, and suspense. New stories are added regularly. This story is entirely fictional. Any resemblance to real people or events is purely coincidental.